Hey guys, Fru here. Thank you for joining the Extras channel. I usually do all of this planning behind the scenes when I have a trip coming up, when I have a travel plan, and I don't record it. But now I'm gonna try to record it and put it behind the scenes for this extra channel. And I think I've gotten good feedback that you guys love this, and if it's a good thing, I'm gonna keep doing more of it because those trips are not always as polished as they would seem, and sometimes people appreciate the thinking and the planning and whatever it is, the messiness that goes behind every single trip. So I'll talk about that. You can see here Starlink is on the screen. I want to talk about Starlink because I'm considering it for a trip I have coming up. This is a trip to Africa, and it will be in the safari. And I haven't done that before, so there is you have to plan, especially when you haven't done this. So let me just show what I'm thinking. Now, as you guys know, I have a Starlink. I bought a Starlink a couple of, it's been not a year yet, but I've had a Starlink. I don't use it at home. I just use it when I'm on the road. And I can tell you, I this thing is magic. I'll show you a couple of pictures here. This is me up in the, I don't know, this was in North Dakota, my favorite national park, or one of my favorite national park, I should say, Tudor Roosevelt National Park, in the middle of nowhere. This campground is not even in Medora. If you know the Theodore Roosevelt National Park, you would know there is a city there called Medora. That city, you can get Wi-Fi in a hotel and stuff, but I wasn't even in the city. I was in the park on the. I think this was the west side. I don't remember this location, but it was. I think this was just a free range camping area, and cars would just come in, and there were a couple of campers there, and that was me with my Starlink right here. I did take a couple of my trunk organizers that I travel with, and had my setup for work. You can see my PC right there, doing some work and actually testing that it work. It can play videos. I can do Zoom calls. I can upload videos. Everything worked. I mean, I couldn't recommend this enough. This was powerful. I have a power bank, and I'll maybe make a video about that. It has AC power. AC power just connects there. Put it, in a clear sky, and I actually sat right here to do my work, and this was just unbelievable, unbelievable. If you have remote work and you have the capacity to do this, I would highly, highly recommend that. So this was a really great experience, and this is me for almost 8 hours that day, just sitting. Imagine this view and just being able to still get work done. And the Starlink gave me that connectivity. It was unbelievable what this allows us to do. Real estate could be very expensive, right? And having a view like this and being able to work, to me, is the biggest blessing of my life, is the biggest luxury that I have. And I never take that for granted because I can still stay productive and live a life that allows me to see things like that. And I'm not somebody who is on the road like a van life kind of a person. For me, it's more of a weekend thing, maybe a couple of days here and there. I do have a travel trailer, and I've made some videos about that on the main channel. But I wouldn't say I'm a van lifer. I do have a base camp. I have a home. But every now and then, I love my setup here. I just go for a weekend or for a couple of days, but still being able to get work done is powerful. So Starlink is a great asset in my arsenal. Now, because this worked so well in the US, I was thinking for international travels, especially when you're going to Africa. And if you can tell, I'm from Africa, so I do know the continent to a certain extent very well. Not all of Africa, obviously, but I was thinking, do I bring my Starlink with me and use it, especially if you're doing like the safari and you're gonna go out in the wilderness? This kind of reminds me of the safari. So I was kind of thinking, should I do that? But let's actually see what ChatGPT says. So just to give you guys a background, now let's see what ChatGPT says. I am doing a trip to Africa, specifically to do a safari, and I'm thinking of bringing my Starlink so I can get connectivity while on the trip. What would you say? Is that something recommended or not? Just give me some very honest opinions so I can plan my trip accordingly. All right, so that's my prompt here. Let's see what ChatGPT says. I know it's gonna be thinking for a while. Let's just make it to answer now, so it's not overthinking. I don't know. It says, will it actually work where you're going? Starlink can work in many parts of Africa, but people do use it in remote areas. Okay, logistics. Starlink isn't tossing Wi-Fi hotspot in your bag. It needs power. Of course, I understand it. I have a little bit of a portable power bank, and I might leave a link to that in the description below. Alternatives to consider local eSIM. What you want, purpose of internet and Safari, stay connected to work. All right, so it's recommending the eSIM. All right, let's do this. Okay, I'm going for the trip is gonna be in going through South Africa. I know Safari. There are many places you can do Safari in Kenya, in Tanzania, but this one will be in South Africa. Is that the problem? I don't want my Starlink to be confiscated at the airport because some countries don't allow it. So be very specific and tell me if I should use it or not. So that is my ask to ChatGPT. And it just thinks sometimes. Oh, there you go. It thinks too much. Maybe I should change it from the thinking to instant answers. All right. So Starlink is not officially allowed in South Africa right now. Starlink does not yet license or operate in South Africa. It hasn't been officially approved by the telecom permit. So its service isn't officially available there. So my guess is I can throw it in my checking bag, somehow make it through. But the risk is the customs where if the customs will open that up and see that, it could become a really big problem. And I would hate to spend there is a hardware and then there's a subscription. So I already paid for the hardware. I would hate to pay for this hardware, fly with it all the way over there and get it seized at the airport for whatever reason. So this really concerned me. And what that meant is this vision of being in a safari with my computer and maybe taking a day or so and still walking. I would love to do that someday, being to be honest with you. But it sounds like it might not be this trip. And I'll keep an eye on it as I go through other countries, ones that do allow the Starlink. My guess is it will work. If you have it there on the ground and it's not confiscated with customs and you somehow have the power bank and you're sitting in the safari somewhere, my suspicion, because it's just pointing at the sky and looking at satellites, and I believe satellites do fly over Africa too. I mean, there's no reason why they wouldn't. So my guess is that it will work. But unless, let's actually see. Let me ask: has OpenAI geo-fenced satellites so that, well, not OpenAI, has Starlink geo-fenced satellites so that even if I somehow get into South Africa and point it at the sky, it would not work? I am not sure. Can you answer technically for me? Keep it short. Give me a very short answer. Let's see what this says. So that's my question. Has Starlink geo-fenced it? Let's see. My suspicion is no. Oh wow, I was wrong. I was so wrong. Yes, Starlink does enforce location-based restrictions, so geofencing, based on where your terminal reports its GPS position, where its service is licensed. Oh wow, okay. This doesn't surprise me. If you are in a country where Starlink isn't approved, like South Africa currently, the system can refuse to serve you and disconnect you even if the dish is pointed at the sky. Wow. Okay, that makes sense because if we go back here, there is two kind of Starlinks, right? There is a residential one, and then there is a roam Starlink. I do turn it off, like when it's not travel season. I turn it off so I'm not paying for a month where when I'm not using it either in the camper or with my road setup. So this is my road setup where I don't need a camper and I'm just going and I can just spend the night in the back of my truck. And I can talk about that some other time. And these are just for quick weekend trips. So I wouldn't do this for longer trips. And I do have a really good setup there, and I can show that at some point. It's a no build setup, very simple. And so for the months where I'm gonna be traveling, I just activate the Starlink and use, and then when I'm not traveling, I just turn it off. But let's go back here. So if you get the residential one, because I believe it's cheaper, you cannot just unplug it and go take it on the road. Because if I'm going on the road, I might be in one city, the next city, this state, the next state, and it will not. they will not allow you to do that because it can actually track and see you're moving and you're changing your locations. So if they already have that technology, and then they will make you go to the roam plan. So just let's look at the difference here. Service starting at $80 per month. Look at the roam plan. This is for the kit, the standard kit. This is roam $50 a month for 50 gigabytes, and then 165 per month for unlimited. 165 compared to what was the rest? Let's open two tabs here. So what is it? 165 compared to, let's go to residential, 80, right? So you will say, well, why don't I just buy the residential one? Because it's the same hardware. It's just based on the ones that you use, and just use it on the road. I think that's how they get you, right? Because they want you to be on the roam plan. So, and if they already have that technology and you are somewhere in South Africa or in Safari, they can quickly tell that, hey, your registered address is this, and now you're using it in South Africa. They will just, I'm sure they'll figure that one out pretty quickly. So let me show you guys I think this is the one I have. I think I've showed you guys. This is a small one. That's the one I have. Which is not the residential one. So tiny, it's like a leaf, right? This is the dream right here. Like this is essentially what I do with my truck. Just set it up and connect it to my power bank, and I can, get work done. It's unbelievable. I don't have it mounted on the car. I don't have it mounted on my car yet, or on the camper van. So maybe this coming season, if I'm on the road quite a bit, I'm gonna get a mount for the truck. So I'm gonna maybe look at getting a mount so I can mount it somewhere up here as opposed to putting it. This one I just open up. I have a little backpack that I put it in there. I just put the backpack and put it in the ground. But ideally, I will get a better mount. That's my plan. So I was here to show you guys the hardware I have, because there are two different hardwares. The residential one is a little bit bigger, so I definitely don't have the residential one. I have the, oh, it's a smaller one. It's unfortunate that I don't see here. I thought it was going to be so obvious. Yep, and the one I have, yep, simply just plug or point on the sky, and it goes, yeah. For some reason, I'm not seeing the one I have here. But most likely, when the season starts back, I'll get the roam plan and then just activate it for a month or so, and that will be it. So, anyways, this video is getting long. The takeaway from it is, if you're traveling, you're gonna be doing safaris or going abroad. Yeah, throwing your Starlink in your suitcase and bringing it with you apparently will not work. I'll keep an eye on it, and if that ever changes, or if I hear of something different, or if you have a different experience other than what I am coming across here, let me know. Let me know, and I will definitely update and make a video about that. But that's the behind the scenes, right? It's a lot of work that goes into it. Being on the road and visiting all the state parks, all the national parks, and going to many, many different countries. This is what happens behind the scenes for a smooth experience. Hopefully, this was a good extra for you. Thank you for watching and sticking to the end. This is Fru. I will see you in the next video.